Little black book. You know what time it is. 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 Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Talking to you guys about Black Lives Matter. Does it mix with my faith? And should a Christian protest? If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for the notification of the uploads, baby. And for those of you returnees, you got the minerals. You have got the minerals. All right, cool. So we're talking about Black Lives Matter and whether our faith is compatible with it. So there was a recent post that I was tagged in the other day, and it got me really thinking about, this particular question about whether, first of all, whether Christians should protest, and whether also as well Black Lives Matter, we should be a part of it. Now, here's the thing. As a Christian, we are told to speak up when injustice happens. We're told to speak for those who don't have a voice. Okay, so as a Christian, as a person who loves Jesus Christ, our job is to speak up for those who don't have a voice, right? And one of the things we're facing right now is a racial tension. Okay, where there is a clear intent of racism that has been manifested into death for black people. Okay, now. According to Black Lives Matter, when I read the website, it was the people that began it. It was for all lives, okay, all black lives, okay. This thing was started, I think, after the Trayvon thing, but it was to say that all lives, all black lives, okay, are important. And let me just say this: I know that they obviously advocate also for trans, gays, lesbians, asexual, etc., etc., and I'm fine with it. Do you know why? Because first and foremost, everybody deserves a right to live. To suggest that Black Lives Matter, okay, in the goal of injustice, okay, could be anti our faith is a problem. Now, I don't care what Black Lives Matter say. If they say, oh, as Christians you can't support Black Lives Matter, that's their business. I'm supporting the goal, okay. And I'm not concerned if Christians are telling me, listen, you can't support Black Lives Matter. Because as far as I'm concerned about the fact that black lives do matter. Across the board. Whether you're gay, Christian, atheist, Muslim, whether you are whatever you want to call it. I don't care what label has been attached to you. So long as you are black, I'm fighting for your life. I'm going to speak up for your life. You are important. Okay? And as a Christian, that is our job. Now, in dealing with moralistic issues, that's got nothing to do with someone's life being important. That's where the law comes in, and not grace. The law says when the Levite and the priest walk past, and the Samaritan didn't. That's what we're doing. If we're we work in companies where we don't agree with their policies on homosexuality. We don't agree with their policies, but we still work for the company because. At the end of the core nature of it is I'm doing a job. You understand? Now, as long as they're not going to impede on my own faith, fine. You understand? I can still work the job. If they begin to impede on my ability to work and be a Christian, that's different. You understand? So Black Lives Matter, all we're saying is that, listen, at the end of the day, we support the movement in the sense of this particular goal. Now, if they say, listen, they also want the liberation and equality of freedom that we have for gays and lesbians and trans, I will have no way of saying. I will say yes, absolutely. You should have the same rights as any black person, as any human being. You understand? Now, if we're discussing things around the faith and moral issue, it's a different story, but that's got nothing to do with the Black Lives Matter. I'm not going to ask you your faith before I decide to join you in unison when it comes to helping other black folk. Okay, and this is where we have to start getting our head almost out of our asses as Christians sometimes, because it's like there's a common goal here: injustice. Do you feel me? And our common goal is to speak up against that injustice, and so understanding that is very, very key. Yeah, and like I said, it depends. Obviously, like I said, if your definition of what you believe in supporting something is also very, very key. For me, it's about speaking up. For me, when I use the hashtag Black Lives Matter, it's to say, listen, Black lives literally do matter. I mean, a very simple hashtag, Black Lives Matter. You know? And Jesus cares about the black lives, as he does white lives, as he does Asian lives, as he does European lives, as he does African lives, whatever. Jesus Christ cares about all those lives. It's very important to him. So, for us as Christians to try and almost demonize it, there's a problem. Because
We get it. We understand. Yes, there are people who are not saved, who are not of the same belief as me, but they want to see black lives equal. We want to see human rights. Was it Christians who brought in human rights? I don't know. Was it? I don't know. Someone can answer that question. We're going to find out a lot of laws that are for the good of people oftentimes may not be by Christians. They may not be by Christians. You understand? So we have to be very conscious and very aware. I understand the caution that we have to be very careful what we support. But the cause and having a cause in terms of supporting black lives, I cannot see anything else. The question obviously then begs, should a Christian protest? Absolutely, you should. And it depends on your level of protest, because there are different people that protest for different things, and there are different protests. Some people are rioting and looting. Should you as a Christian do that? No. Will there be others who will do that? Yes. As I said in another video, I said to you, when us Christians don't speak up and try to fight for justice, Absalom always comes along. When David didn't say anything about Tamar and didn't cuss and didn't grab Amnon and exact justice, okay, Absalom came in. Absalom came in, okay, and slew Amon. So when we don't speak up and we don't fight for justice, okay, and we're not able to see progression in that area and fighting for that, Absalom always comes along. He finds a way. Okay, and so for us as Christians, it's important to protest, because it could be one day your life. It might not be George Floyd, it might be you. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying to people that your Christianity is not stopping your racial experience. You're still getting racism against you, even though you're Christian. So it doesn't stop it. You understand? So as Black Lives Matter movement, obviously there are certain things that maybe they want to do that I may not agree with, but with this particular goal, I agree with it. So therefore, I can support you in that one. And I think it's okay. It's open and okay to say, hey, look, we support gay people and trans people and lesbian people in the area of your life matters. You understand? Now, if we were to discuss an issue where it talks about gay marriage, I would say to you, I don't agree, and so I can't support you in that area. Okay? Unfortunately, that area I can't support you in. Right? And that's simple. But when it comes to lives, I appreciate the fact that obviously people have their opinions. But as Christians, we are called to speak up for injustice. To be silent is to be complicit. Do you feel me? To be silent is to be complicit. And so we want to see change, so we speak up. Okay? So we can protest. If you want to go and protest. Make it peaceful. Make it peaceful. But if you want to protest, be peaceful. You understand? But yeah, let every man be subject to the will of his Father and be subject unto the Spirit of the Lord. You understand? So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it for you guys to deal with. See what you lot say. I believe, very interestingly, we saw Martin Luther King march, yeah, as a great civil rights leader, march, and talk about the love of God and talk about loving people. Nothing wrong with that. So why can't we as Christians in the modern day begin to march? That doesn't make no sense. Come on, we need to deal with it. And the church needs to be able to open our arms to this and actually say we're going to get behind it. But I've already addressed that in another video. So yeah, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the what? Uploads, baby. For those of you returning, you already know the minerals, baby. Gang, gang.